Hello there once again, people, and welcome to yet another episode of Seeking Shamblers. This time around, we're going to be checking out a level that has a very simple name. It's a very basic, bare-bones level. It's called Under. That is actually rather interesting because this is, I believe, the final level made by, made for Aftershock that we saw. Basically, when we were going through the Aftershock list, we checked out a bunch of different levels. And yeah, the final level in the entire list that we checked out was called Under. And I believe that is now what we're checking out here. Anyway, the actual name of this level, and what we're actually going to be calling it from now on, is called Underdark. In fact, the documentation for this is rather interesting because it actually is saying that it's dark.bsp, which is not what we're exactly seeing here. I'm hoping this is the same documentation. It's rather interesting that he'd have it somewhat different, but then again, it wouldn't be the first time that someone had like weird documentation included with the wrong file. So I'm just gonna go forward and assume that's the case. But yeah, so needless to say, he also was the guy who made a certain thing called My Bot. Basically, this guy, he made a bot person, so nothing really that significant. But yeah, Stephen Vanterpool. And yeah, one of the earliest versions of TM Bot, where he made basically a custom version that worked in a certain different funky way. Yeah, it was heavily buggy, and he basically made it so that way, like, you know, the bots could, like, destroy zombies and other fancy stuff like that. But yeah, this is just a little tiny deathmatch level. It was made in August 11th of 1996, so it's relatively early in the cycle still. And yeah, it's one of those single-player levels which he's going to say blatantly yes, but then say no monsters. Of course. So that means I'm going to rewrite the entire walkthrough for this particular level to basically have no monsters in it. Quite exciting, right? Yeah. Anyway, this 2 to 4, this is really intended for in deathmatch, not really a lot at all. Yeah, this is yet another really small level. Anyway, this level was designed using quests and took about 4 hours to make. It's a very small file. In fact, it's one of the smallest I've ever seen for Quake. And that's kind of saying something. I'm actually curious, is it smaller than a lot of test levels we played? Like, this thing is ridiculously small. It's 28 kilobytes, which in the grand scheme of things is a really freaking small. I'm rather curious. No, there's been files that we've seen that are 12 kilobytes, like simple. So it is a little bit bigger than some of the smallest out there. This is like slightly bigger than John C99, people. So that should tell you where about in the whole grand scheme of things we're talking. It's about a couple more kilos than Door H. Door H is exactly 20 kilos. So, yeah, rather interesting. Rather interesting that it's that ridiculously small and yet it's a deathmatch level. But yeah, anyway, this is a very bare bones level as to be expected. Therefore, it's made using quest. And it's the first map he's made for Quake. Designed to be very dark, which definitely is the level we're talking about here. It's freaking dark. So that people give themselves away when they fire their weapons. You're free to use this level as a base for other levels, blah, 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 things. And then he includes at the bottom the word bugs. Amazing. So, with that in mind, let's load up this freaking level and see what exactly we're in for. I kind of have an idea. It's not exactly that great of a level. No, you're going to have a lot of time seeing what you're even doing in this level. This is a horrible level to record on YouTube. But we're loading it up anyway, because I'm like that. Yep. This is the level, people. Pitch blackness, except a couple lights in little places like up there. But yeah, like most of this level, you're going to be shooting around and trying to like see where in God's name am I going. Okay, so like under here you have the Thunderbolt. Now I can't see what I'm doing. Oh God, I can't see what I'm doing in this spike level. Okay, so here we are. We can gather random garbage like this. All that. It's all one texture, as you can see. This is a really horrible level. I wasn't kidding when I said it, people. Lots of nails, lots of other garbage we don't really care about. As you see, there's the quad damage and some other stuff up there, which is good because that seems to be the only reason to like come all the way over here. The quad damage, of course, is nice because it'll allow you to see in the dark. And that's basically the only real way to navigate this particular level. Of course, there's really not much to do because we just wander around the entire level and did everything we need to do. Yeah, there's really not much to this level, people. It's all one texture. It feels like a Q2 level with a little bit of verticality to it, which makes it a little bit more involved than a Q2 level would still be. So yeah, don't try and say this is a Q2 level. It has ramps. So that still makes it better than Q2, I guess, even if you can't really see where you're going half the time. Honestly, I don't get the logic of I want to make a really dark level so that way people could like navigate by darkness. It's more frustrating and tedious to navigate this level than anything. But yeah, that's aside the point. As said, I have a level to rewrite and write in single player because he decided to include the word yes for some reason. God, are these people annoying with all that. So, with that in mind, it has been really, really horrible and really, really pointless. Thank y'all for watching. It has been an adventure, I guess. And I'll see you all, well, next time.